What's going on, everybody? Welcome back to the channel. I'm Lady Nika in with American Crime. This is season 2, episode 6. And we open up with Eric getting dressed and the brother giving him the ugly look like he got a problem with him as he leaves to go play basketball. Coach Dan is talking to the team saying that they need to welcome Eric back and treat him as they always did. Now, you got one of the teammates asking, will he be showering with them? Letting you know that there's some homophobe going on right now with it, okay? Now, Leslie is talking to some guy who is upset that the school is supporting homosexuality. Plus, we learned Taylor's mom has now filed a negligent lawsuit against the school. So, yes, they will welcome Eric back, and whether he's homosexual or not. Dunn is the man name she was speaking with, and he tells her to handle it and end it now. And she reminds him that when he went through his ordeal, they supported him. But he's saying his ordeal had nothing to do with a rape or any homosexual activity. Okay? She calls her receptionist in to find her a good writer, preferably a gay one. And they will continue with the assembly as planned to welcome Eric back. And the receptionist, you could tell that she kind of got a problem with the way things run around there. She's telling her about this meeting with these it's some kind of meeting with these people that she should go to, and they seem like they her kind of person. Well, Leslie caught that goddamn sarcasm, okay? And she called her on it, but she tell her, just find me a writer. You can tell this a child. Everybody ain't down with this cover up like they is, okay? Now, over at Eric's dad's house, he telling him to let him know when he gonna take the car, because Eric had took the car and went to the rec center to play ball. He returned back. His dad won't know where he been. His dad say, just let me know when you leaving. He tells the boys to go and get dressed so he can drop them off at school. Well, son Peter don't want to ride in the car with Eric, and Eric is like, look, just take him to school. I'll find my own way, okay? Now, over at Miss Bland, she meets with I think it was a law. No, it was I think it was a writer or something. She tells them that she doesn't want money. She wants the school to be held accountable for their actions. I'm not certain if that lady was a lawyer or what, but y'all let me know down in the comments. Anyway, Luke and Taylor at his house, and Taylor said he has to go. Old boy saying, I read in this first period, you might well stick around here. He said, nah, I got to go see my therapist. And Luke thinks that it's a joke that he seeing one. Taylor said Taylor only had a late night early in the morning that he enjoyed. Well, Taylor tells him, you don't know what really happened to me. He taking it all as a joke, but Taylor ain't. He gets up and grab him by his neck and asks him, don't he like it? Well, when he wasn't holding him too tight to where you could see the white, well, you know how with white people they turn red and shit when you grab them the wrong way. When he wasn't grabbing him like that, but just had his hand around his neck, Taylor was kind of liking it, and he allowed him to kiss him. But when that shit got a stronger hold to it, he told him, "No, I don't like that. I don't like being treated like that." And he leaves to go see the therapist. Now, let's go on to the therapist's office since we talking about it. And he's saying that he's not seeing his mom as much, that she's always at a lawyer office, the police, or at work. And the therapist asked him how he felt about it. And he kind of vague about it first, but then he says he wishes they had more time together because he really concerned about his mama having some type of relapse with all of this stuff. The therapist asked him, is he writing down his emotion as he had instructed him to do? And he says why and questions the therapist and the therapist let him know, child, I done did this here. I don't just recommend. I followed these remedies, and I've written down my feelings a bunch of times. In fact, I've written several books, not published books, but he done wrote down his feelings a lot. He let him know, my expertise in this goes beyond my education, okay? So I'm gonna need you to work with me, okay? Taylor tried to do it, but he is unsuccessful at writing his feelings down. So next we see Leslie speaking to an attorney, and I assume, and he telling her that Evie's testimony would be powerful because she can attest to Taylor's behavior before and right after the alleged assault. She can speak to his emotional state, and the story never changed. and the court of public opinion would believe her. He tells her it's either a settlement or we're going to wind up going to court. Okay? Now, down at Miss Blaine's job, she's speaking with Evie's dad, explaining that she needs their support. Evie was damaged as well, the father is saying, because Taylor lied and deceived her. Well, his mom is trying to explain that Taylor kind of confused. He don't really know, because, child, he over here, he still care about your daughter, but, you know, we know what he doing on the side. But she's telling them that it's very important that they, you know, they support her in this. I guess she Evie would have to testify, whatever. And she tells the man that, you know, your daughter was abused too, you know. He's not seeing where that's their problem. It's not even their school. But she's still asking, will y'all support? Will y'all be there to help? And he just says he has to return to work. So he gets up and leaves, child. That's what he did. Now, down at the Marshall school, the principal is talking to one of his Latino teachers that then came in there talking. The Latino teacher's concern is, I'm here trying to reach students. How can I reach them if it appears that I'm on the opposing team? That means that I'm not for my people. He wants to take a few days off. And the principal told him it's not about black or white, you know. And he's saying that he feels that it is. And the principal tell him, well, if you leave, you might as well quit, because I don't feel that if you could just come in here and tell me that like that there, you just going to walk away, then you should keep your job. And old boy said he covered by the union and he walked out any damn way, okay? Now, down at the Leland school, they having an assembly for Eric, and he's saying he's not the same after that, after everything that has gone on, but he's thankful to the school, the coach, and the team for allowing him to be him. Later, Leslie is talking to him, and he's saying, asking him, is he glad to be back? And he said he is. Well, she eases in there that she's sorry that he had to deal with all that he had to deal with Taylor and that family of his. But she said the only way to combat ignorance is with education. So she has this writer. Remember the writer she told her a receptionist to go find for her? Well, she found one. And she said he wants to talk to him about his experiences as a gay athlete. And he feels he hasn't anything, he hasn't had any. But of course, Leslie convinces him otherwise. You know, that's what she do. Child Taylor goes to see Nate, okay? And he tells him that he wants to talk. And Taylor just hauls off and say he lied. And Nate is asking him what he lied about. And he tell him, you know, Nate, everything your mom is doing, she doing that because she care about you. She doesn't care whether or not you like girls or boys. It's not that big enough of a deal to her, and she's strong enough to handle it. Well, Taylor says she never come home and she can't let it go. And that is why she can't let it go. He said Ann doing what she doing because she loves him. And then they talk about how close they used to be at one time, how they used to go to games and stuff. And Taylor basically explains to Nate, the reason why I stopped going to games with you is because the last game we went to, your team wasn't winning. And do you remember that I'm having a hot flash. God damn, came down just that fast. Well, he tell her, he say, well, do you remember that you were hollering and yelling at those boys saying they acting like queers? And they said, why are you telling me this? He said he only bringing it up because his therapist said he needed to confront things, so he is. So he confronted it and he left. Eric's mom and dad is talking. The mom got major issues with this boy being homosexual. This woman said that if he would have died, at least when he tried to kill himself, at least they could have buried him as their son. Now they can't even take him to church. She asked the dad, did he ever touch this boy? And the dad is appalled at that question. He like, no, I ain't never touched him. In the book of her mind, homosexuality starts with someone touching you. She talking about she wish she could fix him. She could have a do-over. She wouldn't let him be that way. Not realizing that that's something that happens from birth, honey. That ain't nothing. You can get as many do-overs as you want to, but this child is going to be gay, and that is what it is, okay? Well, child, he felt bad for her, and he wound up hugging her, but I'd have been cussing that hoe out for asking me that I touched my damn child. Oh, we would have had issues and complications and problems and everything else, child. We would have had them. We would have. Now, back at the Leland school, they having a basketball game, and people calling Eric a fag. Now, later in the locker room, He upset, the team upset, and the members of the team say that they're going to go out to eat, and they don't want Eric there because they ain't invite him, child. Kevin and the team is down at the restaurant, and he upset that Taylor outed Eric and involved him. He's saying that back in the day, his mama told him that hoes always trying to come for you. Back in the day, you could whoop a motherfucker ass, but you can't nowadays. You just have to deal with it. And he gets up and he leaves. Now, that's still resonating in them boys' head that he done said that, right? Later, Taylor gets a call from Eric saying he wants to talk to him, and Taylor agrees. Now, I don't know why he asked to meet up with him, and it's a setup because, see, when Eric hung that phone up, them other team member boys that was at that table with Kevin is on their way to meet him at that rec center instead of Eric meeting him there. Child, they finna whoop poor little Eric Taylor ass. He gets there, and as he's getting to the rec center, he see them all get out of the car. He immediately realized what was going on. Child, he hauled off and jumped up and took off running. Later, we see Leslie get a call from a lawyer. She calling a lawyer saying she think it's time to offer a settlement, okay? At that same time, we see Michael talking to this cop. We don't know if this man is kin to him or not, but basically what he's saying is he always felt that his job was to, take care of his family, protect his family. Terry's strong, but it's his job to do it. And he said so far he's done nothing, but he feels like it's the time to let this woman know who she dealing with. So obviously the cop is a friend of the family, and he wants something to be done to this woman to let her know who she done messed with, because she done messed with the wrong family, child. And that brought us the end of episode 6. Now we're gonna roll right on into episode 7 that aired this past Wednesday night. We open up with Peter, Eric's little brother, stealing some spray paint out of a store and spraying on the school wall, "God hate fags." I told y'all he got a problem with it. Leslie talking to Evie's dad, and she basically offering him a monetary settlement to drop any future or present litigations against the school. And she lying, saying that the similar thing is going to be extended to Taylor and his mama, okay? Next, we see Taylor's mom talking to this writer, and who shows her that her medical records have been released. Now, I'm assuming this what this cop was supposed to be doing for the LaCroix family. Her medical records has been released online, and she asking if it's true. Well, Taylor's mama is real about her. She told her, yeah, it's true. I have nothing to be ashamed of. She said she felt like she was about to have a breakup, so she put Taylor in capable, good hands with friends, and she admitted herself into a hospital, not an institution. And she did it to get healthy and reunite with her son. Okay? Then we see Coach Dan talking about he has kept quiet long enough because he's talking to this writer, and Taylor's mom coming at the school and his boys. He started bringing up the fact that she was hospitalized, and the lady let him know that her medical records were released illegally. And then he spoke on her losing custody of her son, which the lady also got him straight together about that. And she said she didn't lose custody. She gave up custody to friends, and she asked him what bothers him the most. And he said that what bothers him the most is that one of his players tried to take his life over a lie. And he continues to come at the she continues to come at the players and the school. He later tells Leslie he spoke the truth, which she is glad of. He asks her if she will talk, and she says no. So now he feeling some kind of way, because, bitch, you got us doing all this damn talking and you ain't saying shit. It's like you boost us up to talk, but you ain't saying nothing. And she tells him that members of faculty and staff school officials can't talk on that situation, She tells him that she feels that, she has handled it quite well, and it could have been handled differently had he did what she asked him to do in the original, which was basically go find out what these boys knew. Later, Coach Dan sitting up in the waiting area in Leslie's office, and she leaves, and he plays like he's looking for his glasses and goes into Leslie's office to so-called retrieve them. Then we move on to Taylor's mom calling him, and he not answering. She ain't seen Taylor. They've been missing each other. And she tells him that her medical records were released, but don't worry about it. She still believes in him, and she still loves him. Okay, the boyfriend trying to convince him to go to the hospital and to call the cops about being beat up, but he ain't trying to hear this shit. He don't want to do it. Now at Terry's office, she down at her office now, honey, and her superior comes to talk to her. He trying to be kind, but he basically telling her she need to take some time out. She say that she alright. Well, she realized that he must be trying to make me go take some time out. So she asked him, was it coming from him or corporate? He basically tell her, girl, I'm trying to keep it from coming from corporate because they gonna fire your motherfucking ass is what I got out the conversation. Next, we see this guy named Sebastian. And someone tells him he has a customer. Also, Taylor at this place, he buys this anime poster, and then he makes a call. No, he texts somebody saying he need to buy something. Okay, we don't know what's going on, but we're gonna put that on hold because we're gonna go over to the Marshall School, and Peter is in the office with his dad because he spray painted the wall. He suggested to the father that he gets his son some counseling. The man gonna get smart Curtis with him talking about, you need to deal with what's going on outside your school. Don't worry about my son. But I guess the boy got suspended or whatever. Child, next thing we know, we see Taylor meeting up with Coach Dan's daughter, Becca. And child, she is a dope dealer. She got weed and Oxycontins. She sells him what his little $67 will pay for, and then switch the convo to she heard he was gay. Well, he wasn't coming on to her. He just wanted somebody to stay there and talk with him. Child, she tried to kiss him. When she realized she wasn't getting no action, baby, she leaves. Child, next thing we see Eric, Dad, and Pete come home, and Eric at home. He like, what? Why you at home? He like, cause I ain't want to go to school today. Well, his dad telling him, I need you to go to school. You can't just be sitting your ass up around here. You need to go to school. I need you to help me. You need to be an example for your brother. And I kind of got from that, how the hell is the parents telling this child, y'all see I had a hot flash just that fast, went to sweating. Oh, child, how is this man, the father of the family, telling this child that he needs to help him? That boy said, I've been helping you. Hell, I'm going to a school right now where they calling me a freak and everything else under the sun, just so I can get free tuition to a college and look out for my little brother when I graduate. And he don't even respect me. Now that he done found out I'm gay, child, that boy got mad and walked off. And I think in that moment I probably would have walked off too. Next, we see that Sebastian got calling Mrs. Blaine, and she thought it was a prank call, but it wasn't. He's saying he wants to help, and he thinks that she think it's a prank call, so she tell him don't call her no more, and she hang up. Now, Eric done met up with this guy online, okay? That's the next scene. He married with kids, and I told him he got a muscle car, but he show up in a minivan. Oh, boy, admit said, look, I ain't got no goddamn muscle car. I just said that I needed to break away from my regular life. So instead of Eric walking away like his first mind told him to do, he goes and get in the car with this man. And this guy is like, he isn't anywhere you want to go in particular. He tell the dude, no, ain't no particular place I want to go. I just want to make out. This bitch just want to kiss and shit. He take him to this secluded area, and child, old boy offered him a beer. He refused it. And then next time we know, Eric get to talking about all the problems he got with Taylor and his parents and old boy told him, I'm not trying to hear that. And all of a sudden, old boy hauls off and attack him. Just get the whooping on his ass. Some kind of way Taylor able to scratch this motherfucker, cut him or something, well enough to get out that car, and he takes off running from old boy while he nursing his wounds. I wonder how he gonna go home and explain it to his wife how he got fucked up, because it was in his face. Child, whatever. Anyway, Taylor goes to visit Tess and Nate, right? She concerned that he beat up, and he said he fell off his bike. He say he came there to get some tools to fix his bike, okay? Well, child, she get to try and talk to that motherfucker about him being, contacting his mom, because his mom had said to Nate that she hadn't heard from him. He ain't trying to hear none of this shit. He go back there supposedly looking for a tool to fix his bike. He looking for something else. He don't find it out there, so he play like he need to use her bathroom. Child, he in there scrummaging around until he finds the gun. Yes, he found a gun. He found that gun and walked right on out that damn house on her ass. She calling him and he just started moving. He head out to a wooded area and I'm thinking, oh Lord, the baby gonna kill himself, child. It's too much pressure for him. And right as he get in them woods, we hear shots. So we thinking, oh my God, he done shot himself. At first I thought he shot himself till I heard the second shot. Ain't no way in hell you shot yourself twice, child. The first one usually does it. We come to find out that obviously he done took target practice before. Because, child, he is out there target practicing, popping pills, and hallucinating. After he went to hallucinating, he pulled out that book and started writing down names, child. And I'm like, why is he writing these people's names down? Child, it's a hit list. Because he still got the gun, okay? He went to practice his shots to make sure he is straight. And now he headed on over there to the Leland School. And the first place he go, Leslie office. But she ain't there. So he talking to the receptionist because she asking him how he doing and tells him that me and a couple of other members of the staff don't feel that they handle things right. I guess that must have resonated something with him because then we see him going over there to the the dance area where they be learning how to do all them damn dances and shit. And he just watching them, but then he gets up and he leaves the notepad there with the name, the list, the hit list, child. He on his way out of there, and child, he trying to leave and go on about his business. Here come motherfucking Wes grabbing on him. You better not say nothing. You better not be in here snitching. I'll kill your motherfucking ass. The next thing we know, we hear silence. We look down, child, Eric done shot the damn boy. Taylor done shot the boy in his guts area. Child, it looked like wasn't nobody around, but when that boy hit the ground, other students came out and Taylor just walked the hell on off like he hadn't did nothing, child. He done shot this boy. He sure did. Leslie was at some seminar. She got a text, child. She read that text and saw what it said. She took off walking, honey. Meantime, in between time, down at Ann's job, they showing on the news that there been a shooting down at the Leland School. The one of the waitresses saying that's your son's school. She said, no, he don't go there no more. As she saying that, Taylor walks in and tell her he think he in trouble. She ain't had to ask. She asked him where the gun. He went to give her the gun. She tried to open up the safe to put it in her purse. Matter of fact, she did. She put it in her purse and took it. Child, the police is calling her phone. She won't answer, so they called the restaurant and asked her where her son is. She said she ain't seen him. So she sit down at the booth with him and they talking, right? She realized what she got to do. She first tell that lady to clear the restaurant. The lady clears the restaurant. She gets on the phone and she calls the police and tell them that she's Ann Bain. They just called her about her son Taylor, and her son is with her. They need to come down to the restaurant. The woman on the phone is telling her to get away from her son. She said, I'm not leaving my child. I ain't leaving my child. I'm staying right here with my child. And she said that with her child as we hear the police coming, child. It's like they came quick too, child. But that's where the episode ended off at. I can't wait to see where this is gonna go, child. I did not see him. I didn't expect him to shoot nobody. I swear that really threw me for a loop. If I forgot anything, feel free to leave it down in that comment area. In the meantime, in between time, please like, comment, subscribe. I'll see you guys back down here for How to Get Away with Murder last week. I ain't going a week before that. I'll do last week tomorrow. It's after 3. I'm going to bed now. Peace.